Hey everybody, welcome back to the pod, and today we're talking about how Disney is cooked. I think the end for Disney's coming up. Sean, Lena, and I we're gonna debate it. Sean doesn't think after what we witnessed this weekend. I think the days for Disney are numbered.
Well, I wouldn't say days, but
Weeks,
maybe years.
years. Subscribe, drop a like, and let's jump in. All right, so Sean, this weekend we
As
were,
parents.
as parents, were literally
Uh,
dragged.
Well, not literally drag, but
It was against our will. Against our will, we were dragged to LA
mhm.
and we went to go see a show that is predominantly on YouTube. They were, ironically enough, at the Alex House, which is where Walt Disney originally screened his movies
Okay.
before the Hyperion and all that. And so this building has been around since 1925, and so it's pretty historical in the Hollywood area.
Yeah, it sounds
But
pretty cool.
yeah, so we went at the pretty legit building, but we went to go watch a YouTube video.
like a 30 minute.
Two
Well,
two thirty
two
minute
30 minutes, right? Two
Yeah,
thirty
two thirty
minutes.
minute
So
YouTube
you
videos.
watched it where you could have watched it at home.
Well, kind of.
Not quite because it
Not
was
yet.
not yet.
Okay.
The one of them came out today, so one of them is already live today. After their conference was over, but these two episodes that they put out there were the first
First
show,
peek
first pick or first showing of those episodes.
before they went onto YouTube.
Okay. So this is a live premiere type thing.
Yeah, live
Yeah,
premiere.
premiere.
A
Yeah.
1,500 people fit in the auditorium. I would say there was four sessions. The cheapest tickets were $52
Mm-hmm.
per person. The most expensive were up in the 150, 160 range, and it was a pretty sold out arena. Now, originally, I didn't care much for it. However, as soon as it started, my knee jerk reaction was like, oh crap, Disney is in trouble. Sean, you had 1,000 kids chanting, singing. They knew all the characters. They're holding their
They were
stuffed
dressed
animal.
up
They're
too.
dressed up as the characters.
Mhm.
They made their own outfits. Like these kids did with paper. Some had like little paper things hanging
Like
here.
cosplay style.
Yeah, they made their own merch to share with the rest of the people that were there. And Alex says there was four shows, but there was four shows for 2 days, so it was 8 shows
No,
total.
no, there was two and two. There was two and two, but then it's a tour across the country.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was
So,
the name of it?
so it's called BFDI, Battle for Dream Island.
Okay.
And it's they call it an
Oh,
object show where inanimate objects like a
Like a
pen
eraser, a
or a pen,
pen, a
they
marker.
give it a life and it's a character, and they add these stories. But that's not the focus. The focus is the passion that the kids have for this.
mhm.
And I just feel like Disney doesn't stay relevant. Like we're seeing it in the movies, right? The box office numbers for Disney are declining faster than ever.
Yeah,
We're seeing
movies
it,
isn't the same media that it once was.
right.
Yeah.
We're seeing it in the theme park attendance where it's lowest than ever.
Really?
This whole month of July, Disney and like there's number tracking that they've done. The average wait time for a Disney ride in the month of July was 24 minutes.
Huh.
That's unheard of.
I love that, but
We love
Yeah.
that.
But I think there is in this new generation, I think there's a clear delineation that's happening between us as millennials, you as whatever gen you are, the one
X.
above me,
I'm still X. I
X.
haven't changed.
So you as X, us as millennials, like we grew up with only Disney.
Yeah. There wasn't much other
No,
than
that's not true.
there was Nick, but
Well,
Nick I think
That,
wasn't as accessible
well,
as
yeah, when my kids, well, of course, my kids are your age, they grew up with Nickelodeon, and Disney was, yeah, there's another channel, but it wasn't that great until DuckTales came out, and then it was all about
yeah, but
Disney.
growing up as a kid, though, we still only had three channels, right? I have Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney Channel.
No, if you had those, you had hundreds and hundreds of channels.
But there wasn't any like you were only watching that stuff. But still, the point,
I only
Sean,
had three channels. I had ABC, NBC, and CBS, and occasionally NPR or PBS.
PBS, 5-year-old watching NPR. But stay focused here. There wasn't 1,000 different shows like kids have these days that are
Yeah,
all
On
there is.
YouTube.
YouTube.
But
Yeah.
back in the heyday when Disney was making the original movies, it didn't take long for MGM Studios and some of the other big players to come up with Betty Boop, Popeye, Tom and Jerry. All those things were competing with Disney, and Disney still won out. Um, I do think that Disney is smart enough that they will catch on to, you know, the something
This is
like this,
I don't
and
think
they would either buy them outright or they will duplicate it.
I don't think so. I don't think this is a couple of reasons why. Number one, this is community driven.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The original 20 characters or so were created by the creators. The series has hundreds of characters now, many of them being introduced by the community themselves.
That's cool. I don't see why Disney couldn't spin something like that.
Because they wouldn't intellectual property. I mean, they're kind of
They could clearly compete with something like that and
but they
include
won't.
Disney property in there in the mix.
I will tell you, Disney has been flirting with Epic to merge the Disney
Mhm.
universe with the Epic universe, Fortnite universe through the Epic engine. And I am curious to see how that works because this is Disney's like second or third attempt at this.
Yeah. Well, Disney will keep going until they figure it out. They've failed multiple times on different things, and then they just retool and continue on.
But I would suspect that Disney at some point is going to lose capital to a continued experiment.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Did Six Flags kill the parks?
If they're about to,
I don't think Six
they're
Flags
going
is gonna.
bankrupt. They're going bankrupt.
Six Flags is, but Disney isn't. Did Six Flags kill Disney's parks? That's what I
Oh,
mean.
no. But I'm telling you, but if attendance wise, so I'm not looking at this from a business. I'm just saying if the consumer is shifting focus,
Mhm.
what's left for Disney? Eventually, we are going to be priced out of Disney too.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get priced out of Disney. I would like it to kind of go in that direction a little bit, but to keep crowds down. Um, but I don't think that's the case. I think
Okay,
Disney will pivot to make the parks more
relevant.
relevant if they need to. Um, but there's clearly areas in like Disneyland that if they wanted to cater to something like this type of event, that they could. The whole theater where they got the Bluey stuff going on now, the place over in DCA where they used to do the dance parties.
Yeah,
Uh, they could clearly do something maybe on a smaller scale to get kids more interested. But it's not the kids that need to be interested in Disneyland. It's keeping the parents interested because
No.
you
no, because
don't.
No.
I can't
No,
get my
because
kids there.
the parents literally will do what the kids want them to do.
We
Well,
were on
well,
our phone the
that's
whole
true, but usually it's not up to the kids if you're going to go to Disneyland.
No, but
It's up to
at
the
some
parents. Now, your kids are
unique.
they're spoiled on Disneyland because you took them too much. Disneyland should be like a once a year at best type activity, and you
like
took
going
them
out.
5 days out of the week, and for a
Yeah.
full year. I would be tired of Disney at that point as well. Um,
I
but
I don't know, Sean. I just see a fundamental shift. Like we're talking in the pregame here. Like
yeah,
Dude
I
Perfect.
didn't attend it, but when my kids were growing up, they were similar type of activities. Um,
But not
what
at
was the
this
name?
scale,
Do you
Sean. Not
remember Strong Bad? No,
I remember Sinbad, but that was a bad character.
no. Maybe Strong Bad or something like that. It's still kind of around, but it was really big when my kids were little. So the same same as you guys. It was an internet thing. It was very poorly drawn characters, kind of like how poorly drawn South Park was. But it was animated and all that, and they had uh, you know. Uh, in-person meetups similar to what you're describing, and they would be selling the merch and everyone would be all excited about it. It was kind of aimed towards the young teenager and not like the 8-year-old or anything like that. So like a 13-year-old would be
Yeah,
into it. I always thought it was funny, and I thought there was enough adult humor in mixed in there that like a good Disney film, the adults get it as well as the kids. Where if you look at some of from like DreamWorks, I can't rewatch some of those movies because there's like, the Shrek ones I can, but like some of the spin-offs, like the Cat and Boots ones, I can't watch
Puss
those.
in Boots was the best.
Maldito
Maldito huevo.
huevo.
Well, I think the first one was, but then all the other ones. So if I fall asleep in an animated movie, I typically won't rewatch it. I'm like, okay, this thing didn't keep my attention, and so
So,
therefore, it's no
so,
good.
But
so did you say that there was back then? But I think back then not everybody has had accessibility to the internet.
Oh, that's true.
at least at the way it
But
is
now
today, Sean.
nowadays, everybody, your kids are basically born with an
Yeah.
iPad.
But another thing, like when we go to the store, my kids will ask me for a Mr. Beast bar over Hershey's anytime.
Yes, Mr. Beast.
Oh, really? Are they any good?
They're good, but what I'm saying, like the snacks that my kids are asking me from, the activities that we do are now all coming from influencer
YouTube.
creator
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
YouTubers.
And Hershey's isn't advertising on the influencer sites, but because they all have their own candy brand for some reason,
Yeah. But I
they're
would anticipate that at some point, it might not be immediate, but at some point, enough of the consumer demographic is going to shift away from these legacy models and more into this like community fan base model.
yeah. There's no reason why Disney can't spin that up. You've heard of Disney on Ice, right?
It's
Well,
not this, no, Sean, because it's
Now it's not the
essentially
same, but it's the same business model.
not
You
necessarily
know,
like if
it's a
Disney allows,
roaming show. They get the
but it's
kids
not
to.
a matter of the roaminess. It's not the matter of like, okay, we have new ways to consume your money. It's like these are the experience that we witnessed. It's like it was truly like a community driven thing where these kids like determine the future of each episode as well. Like they get to vote
That's
on
interesting.
they get to
yeah.
vote on the lore.
They get to vote. They get to vote on which of those characters gets booted out of the island.
No.
There's a lot of fandom around it, and again around the other influencers I was mentioning, Dude Perfect's building their own theme park. At some point, my kids are only gonna want to go to a Dude Perfect park over a Disney park.
Well,
Or
at one point, kids only wanted to go to Legoland or SeaWorld or Busch Gardens or Six Flags.
they're all
There's
dying.
plenty of a competition out there. I don't think the Disney parks are going to suffer. They do need to keep making content to stay relevant, and I do think they are. Um,
Yeah, but then when you still have
but
Mr.
the
Toad,
content
right?
needs to be where the kids are.
Right, but when you have rides like Mr. Toad,
Which kids don't know anything
Hey, don't
about.
pick on Mr. Toad.
I think
Well,
Mr.
that's
Toad's the
because
best example though.
see, I think people still go to Disney because we have like the Gen X and the millennials that
Yeah.
still want to go, but then also parents want to take their kids somewhere and their kids don't want to go to Disney.
Yeah.
Like when
When
you
I
go to
was
Disney,
growing up, there was a weekly commercial for Disneyland and Disney World called The Wonderful World of Disney or The Colorful World of Disney on ABC on Sunday night. And that was a must see for me when I was growing up. No matter what they had, whether it was, an animal film or a
Right.
documentary or something, I was watching The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday night. And there was always an ad there for the parks. And so I always wanted to go to the parks. Well, if the viewership has changed, and I'm pretty sure Disney is aware that it has changed, they just need to start putting content on YouTube more often to compete.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they will.
Well, it's yet to be seen.
Well, we see this with Nintendo as well, right? I think Nintendo has a very similar problem where,
well, Mario, yeah,
well, no, it's worse, right? You are not allowed to stream Nintendo games.
Oh, really?
I
I
mean,
don't even know why people watch other people streaming video games. That's still lost on me.
for the
I
same
don't.
reason people watch us code, Sean. It's a spectator sport.
Well, I watched the guy that you
The
shared the
Bright
video
Mind or
with,
whatever.
and I liked him. I didn't see him code. I watched him for like 20 minutes. He
Just
never
talk.
coded.
That's why I'm always just bantering on the side.
it's a,
Focus, Sean. Focus.
it's about the
Sure,
drama,
sorry,
guys.
yeah.
It's not about anything about. I think it's. I also feel like the younger generation is changing in the way that they want instant reward. They can't sit through a movie and wait for the conclusion to come an hour and a half
Mm.
later. They're so
That's
used to everything,
that's a bigger society problem because that
everything like
means
this.
society is going to collapse.
Yeah, that is true. So the video, the 30 minute video that we saw, my head was hurting. It's like so like this, like every scene is like in your face, like
Well,
yelling at you.
that used to be a complaint against SpongeBob, that there's too much
Bob is
scene
mild
changes.
compared to what we saw here.
Yeah. And they're
I
like,
was
oh, we got to
cracking up
ban
on SpongeBob anyway.
SpongeBob because it's killing kids' attention span.
No, I just think in general, like if you fast forward 20 years when our kids have kids,
Hmm.
my kids,
If they have kids,
it's yeah,
That
my
one,
kids didn't have
that
kids.
yeah,
that is
so
so
one, yeah,
true.
one if they have kids, and then two, like look at your sister's kids. Your sister's kids, none of them went to Disney,
No,
right? And so
Well, why didn't you invite them?
we did.
we did. They don't want to take them. But
Oh,
but here's where I'm trying to get with this, right? Like there's a new generation that that is growing up on YouTube
It's
that
yeah.
isn't that the Disney experience isn't part of their lives as
well,
much.
I would say growing up, hardly any of my friends went to
Went to
Disney.
Disney.
In fact, these days when I post that I'm at Disney, I get crap from some of my high school friends saying, "Aren't you over that by now?" And
Dude,
then
I'm
none of
gonna
them
take
ever went
1,000
or
pictures
took
of
her
you
to.
this next week. Post
Well,
them all over
so
the internet.
see that is very interesting because
I'm
I
okay with
didn't
that.
grow up with Disney. I didn't grow up with Disney, so I don't care for Disney, right? And I grew up. I didn't grow up with Disney because of choice, but it's because we didn't have the money to go to Disney.
Mhm.
But I growing
You
up
still
without it.
watch them on TV and no.
No, I never because I didn't have money to pay for any cable because everything was paid for
Well, except
Disney.
ABC, but still, you were probably sharing the one TV with the novelas.
Yeah, so then we only had one TV, so it was always my parent, whatever my parents wanted to watch.
Mhm.
So it's never what we wanted to
Okay.
watch.
Yeah, and you guys are too young for Saturday morning
But Sean,
cartoons.
like, but still, the point still stands, right? Like my kids, if Isaac has to watch Disney Plus or YouTube,
He's on YouTube.
1,000%
Oh,
he's putting Disney
100%.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And the big
Disney
one,
Plus, all those are dying. Cartoon Network died, and Disney Plus
right?
is
But that's what I'm saying. So then, how are kids going to be introduced to the Disney brand if they don't want to go to Disneyland?
it is a problem. I
They're
have
not watching
complete
Disney
faith that
games.
Disney's going to solve it, but
Disney's not in Roblox. Their Fortnite might be their savior, but I don't think I think Disney is going to put too many rules and restrictions on the Disney content to make it extraordinarily fun.
Yeah, because
maybe.
Fortnite is about being having
Well,
fun.
they had what was that? Kingdom Hearts, that
Yeah,
game.
but that was a nice crossover, but it was a very contained crossover.
Mhm.
Disney introduced that Disney Infinity like in 2010 to
I never
2014.
understood that, but I knew I
That's
was there when
bizarre.
it happened. And
Yeah.
I
So
tried to get into it, but
the Disney Infinity was an opportunity for Disney to really, really create a really cool intellectual property, but they never allowed the characters to crossbreed. So you couldn't have Captain Jack Sparrow um, racing with Mater,
oh, okay.
right? Like that was never
Well,
allowed.
Kingdom Hearts, they kind of did. Yeah.
But again, but it was a controlled
Mhm.
interaction that Disney very meticulous. Like you followed a storyline that was already
Yeah.
predetermined. Versus Disney Infinity was a open world. You explore however you want, right? But with Fortnite, I don't. Have you seen what they're doing with the Fortnite thing? So
I,
into the
I
Fortnite world.
barely know what Fortnite is.
Well,
I'm
into
addicted to it, so I can't play it.
so into the Fortnite world, they're bringing in all the Disney intellectual property into the world of
Okay.
Fortnite, and so you will have the Master Chief, who's Halo,
Uh-huh.
wherever
Okay.
he's at over there, move the ears.
Yeah.
That Chief, right?
Then it's just kind of like a first-person shooter where you run around with a whole bunch of other players.
Yes, but the chief, instead of carrying his plasma sword that it has, will have a lightsaber now, or
Okay.
have the option to wield a lightsaber because there's going to be again the cross IP. But I'm very cautious for how far Disney's going to allow their image to be represented by the people.
Hmm.
But if they do, then it will be great for
If
them.
they do, it will totally make Disney relevant. But
I,
if
I I trust that if something starts making Disney money, that they're going to go all in on it. I
If there's
really
any,
don't think they're
if there's
shy about
anything you
making.
can count on life is that Disney will find a way to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I don't know if you ever. Well, I guess you never played Fortnite, but Fortnite is it's about surviving,
Mm-hmm.
right? Building and surviving because you're building and collecting items as you're going, but your circle where of survival is getting smaller and smaller, and whoever makes it to the end is the
Mm-hmm.
one that wins. I used to play it years ago, but I got too addicted, so I had to uninstall it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I probably downloaded it when it first got popular and played it for like 10 minutes and then said, yeah, this isn't for me.
No,
It's
I.
where you like hang glide into an area and then you have to
Yeah.
You're in a
find
bus. Yeah, you're in a bus
on
and you
your
drop.
bus.
Yeah,
Okay.
drop. You're inside a bus and you drop from the bus out, and then you glide into like a specific area, and the goal is to collect items and stuff,
Yeah.
and you're working with a team, and usually, like when I was playing Fortnite, I was playing with random strangers, right? So you work together.
How how long do you think this image is going to not tarnish the Disney brand?
No,
Look at Elsa.
Disney will not.
What's
Disney,
Mickey,
Elsa doing? She's got a
she has
she's got a
a
shotgun.
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 But this
Well,
is what I'm
I
talking
don't
about, right?
like
Like,
the fact that Mickey's there with automatic machine gun there or something.
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that Disney's going to allow for this to go too far.
Hmm.
And I think this is the only way that Disney stays relevant right now. But even then, if they really truly wanted to go against the new demographics, they got to go into Roblox.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't know. I know what it is, but I've never seen Roblox. I'm assuming it's just slightly better than Minecraft or something.
No,
no,
no, it's worse. Minecraft is like amazing. I love Minecraft.
Yeah,
Minecraft is
I liked Minecraft a lot too. We ran our own
Roblox is
server for years.
oh god, Roblox is basically a platform with a lot of games in it that kids get to choose what they want to
it's
play.
basically a blocky version of Fortnite in a sense.
No, because
Okay.
It's
Fortnite has.
user, but it's user generated. Like creators create these games and people jump
Mm,
into play, but they're mostly kids.
So it's a digital version of Legos.
Essentially, yeah, it's very
Mhm.
blocky, but they recreate a bunch of games and stuff, but there's no Disney IP in it, so my kids don't care about any of it. Like
Mhm.
Disney's not in their face.
Well, whose
I
IP is in Roblox now?
right now hardly anybody.
Mhm.
mm, they have somebody, but I can't remember who it was.
They've
So
been.
it's ripe for Disney to just walk in and say,
I read an
"Here's
interesting
our IP."
article like 6 months ago about how companies like Disney should be investing in Roblox and they should go in and make worlds for folks
Hmm.
like they are with this Fortnite stuff. But again, they kind of take the same stance as Nintendo, where they're like they just don't care and they rather protect their IP than to tarnish the brand. They don't want to contaminate. I don't want. I think tarnish is the wrong word. They don't want to contaminate the brand.
I
That's
think they
not
don't
much
want to
different, but
contaminate because of the older generations. Because the older generations will not be happy with a picture of Mickey holding a.
yeah, I'm
Fortnite.
not happy with that. Just
I don't know
what
what you're
I just
talking
thought.
about. If I can be driving in a warthog with Mickey Mouse and Buzz Lightyear
Shooting
and
people
Goofy in the back seat
and shooting
and
people.
shooting people,
You'll
Shooting
be
people.
happy.
I'm
that would
not.
be an
I'm not
awesome
okay.
game. That would be an awesome game.
Mm,
Mm.
I don't know. We'll see. I think
I don't
maybe
know.
it might not be tomorrow, but
They would
next
have to
decade.
change the characters
Mm.
to not look 100% like they do on Disney. To
I'm
Well,
down
hopefully,
I
with
would say they probably already don't look on it because if you watched any of the recent Mickey Mouses from like the last 10 years, those shorts don't look anything like the original Mickey Mouse. Although Mickey Mouse has changed many, many times over the years. So I'm
now.
not
yeah,
Just
hating on it, but I just don't think it looks like the graphic that you just shared.
but
yeah.
the
That looks
point of
more like the
rebranding
80s
though
Mickey.
Maybe
these
skins.
kids aren't being exposed to it in the video games.
Mm,
They're not being exposed to it on TV.
nope.
They're not being exposed to it in the movies. They're not
Mm-mm.
being exposed to it in the parks. And
Mm-mm.
those are all the pillars of Disney. So at some point, it will become a memory of a distant past.
Yeah, I would think it'll be years though.
It's got the chance of it, but I don't agree. It's not a zero chance, but yeah, it's I would say it's less than a 20% chance. Disney will figure out a way to make their IP still relevant and still get enough
Or buy
people
it.
or buy it, like they did with Marvel and Star Wars.
Because I
Um,
don't know if you know, but they also took out like a 10% stake or something like that into Fortnite or Epic.
oh, okay, yeah. So I'm not concerned. So no, the Disneyland has had low attendance recently. Um, but I really much doubt that it's because kids aren't being influenced enough. I still think that going to Disney as a family is more parent driven than it is kid driven.
Yes, but if you think about it, parent driven, and the kids are learning to hate Disney because they're like, oh, they're forcing me to go to this thing I don't want to go to.
Well, your kids were.
Well, because of,
No,
again,
no,
we
because
go
if
back
you
to the
no,
old rides. Like, when they get there and they're like doing the circus train thing, and they're doing the like, there's not that they need to
Yes.
update all the rides.
yeah, the kids don't care for that. And if you look at it, like I like to people watch, right? I just observe people, and you look at all these kids, they're not happy to be there. The adults
Uh,
are, the kids
yeah.
aren't.
Oh, yeah. It depends on the kids, but yeah, kids after a couple hours they're done with a theme park. It's too hot. It's too crowded. The lines are too long,
Isaac
and
stood in line for how long?
In the sun,
In the sun, sweating
sweating
uh-huh.
to go into this
for an
theater.
hour and a half
To go
So
into this.
so throw a
without a
graphic
complaint.
up of this thing. I don't I don't really know what you're talking about for
Mm,
this.
we'll have to show you, but it's interesting.
It's called BFDI, Battle for Dream Island. They literally have characters that are hand drawn.
Well, aren't all characters hand drawn?
These are inanimate objects
Yes.
that come to life.
Okay.
And yeah, they just have a ton of them, and they're created by these two kids. One of them's a Stanford computer science
Hmm.
student.
Yeah.
The other one's a
Well,
filmmaker, and
good for them. I think it's great.
It took him 60
I don't
years.
think it's going to take down every other media outlet.
I don't
Um,
think so, but I think a combination of enough of them, right? Again, we're going with
mhm,
Mr. Beast. You got Dude Perfect. You have a lot of creators that are stealing the attention,
mhm,
that are simply not going to
Yeah,
the
for the
older legacy media.
yeah.
I can't even remember when the last time I took my kid to a DreamWorks thing. With that, folks, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and if you're at Disneyland on August 14th, come say hi to us. Or if you're going to D23, come say hi to us too.
Yeah. We'll be there for like what 4 hours? D23 Friday 4 p.m. to whenever we get tired of being there. Um, we'll be at D23. Then we're going back to the park.
nice.